where to start on a story that came out of nowhere. So I have the coronavirus. It's weird. Scary. They tell you have this virus, and normally when they tell you you have something, they give you options on what to do next. She didn't have anything.
Living in a household during COVID-19 with having all of your family members sick and you're not is very scary.
I thought maybe they were gonna say that it's not positive and that I wouldn't be okay, but when they said it was negative, it's all of a sudden it's like you don't know what to expect. It's something that happened new in the country and nobody really knows how to deal with it at the moment.
When we got the call that my mom had the virus, and that means that we all had the virus.
Hi, I'm Sabrina Berrios.
My name is Berrios.
I'm Carmen Berrios.
My name is Samantha Berrios.
My name is Carlos Cruz.
I'm Jerome Berrios.
I had the coronavirus.
And I had the coronavirus.
I did not have the coronavirus.
So we heard about this virus in China, and as sad as it is, us Americans think that everything outside of our borders doesn't matter to us, like does not affect us in any way, shape, or form. When Italy shut down, we started to see more of the effects of it. We went on a cruise in February, which was a month after the news and the media got a hold of the coronavirus, and we had to sign a health declaration. They actually have us doing a health declaration for all of us. You have to fill it out. So if there's ever any kind of illness that's going around, your cruise will make you fill out one of these and they're gonna find out. Just be honest. They'll probably put you in your own separate deck or something, I don't know. We had no clue what this was about. We just knew it had to do with that virus, but that was in Florida and we live in Massachusetts. So still, Florida and Massachusetts, too far for it to really affect us. At my job, we started to wear gloves regularly, which was not too normal, but some of my coworkers already wore gloves in general, so I was like, okay. We were all on board. Then the plexiglass went up. We got this plexiglass. It was like a shield on all of the registers, and every hour we had to sanitize, and every member that went by, every customer, we had to wipe down the pin pad, had to wipe down all the glass, had to wipe down the belts. So we started to go into like a full cleaning mode to the point where the bleach was actually getting to us, and we could like physically feel like headache pains, or our nose would be kind of itchy, or to those who have allergies, my goodness. That's when I think it really started to affect me, was when I started to see it affect my job.
The turning point for me was when my classes began to change and we would watch the news a lot more often. We really wouldn't pay any mind to it because we just thought it was a load off of all the work that we got, but we sooner than later realized how important it actually was. Also, there was a change with the students. They would always wash their hands before and after classes, and I would notice a lot of the kids using hand sanitizer all the time and wiping down the desk before and after classes. The students would take it upon themselves to do that, and I thought that was like a huge deal.
I think it was when my wife was not feeling good and she wanted me to take her to the doctor because she wanted to get tested. So that's when it kind of started to get kind of real.
In the beginning, I thought it was going to be like a phase. I thought it was going to come and then it was going to go. But for me, when it really set in that as a threat, is when it started hitting locally.
Well, it was kind of very upsetting watching the news and seeing people dying from this situation. It got a little scary because we had a quarantine at home. I had a family. It's like, this is real.
We had tons and tons of members coming in at the time, like the most we've ever seen, even more than Christmas time. Our shelves and our, like, all of everything we had in stock was just empty. It was insane to see it that way. It felt like the apocalypse or the end of the world was coming. I've just never seen the steels so empty. Normally you can't see through this. On a normal day, you would not be able to see through this.
I work at a gas station, and instead of just helping the members, we had to wipe down all the dispensers after every transaction, which means like the gas pump handles where you put your card in, the keypads after every person. And that was really hectic because, you know, every gas station, you know, there's a lot of people that go through it. And that's when I started to notice how many people I interact with on a day-to-day.
It was announced that we were going to be out on March 12th, and then right on March 16th, we got already the online classes ready to go. I would get the work done that I had to do, and then I would go find something to do. I would get up and bake something or go paint something. I had a lot of new hobbies to fill in my day with.
In March, we went to Costco to go shopping. So we went and there was a line outside, and to us it was so mind-blowing that there would be a line to get into Costco. It's March 16th, 2020.
I don't like this.
Me and Sammy work here. You know, just restricting the amount of people going in and the stickers on the floor, social distancing. You don't even notice how big 6 feet is until it's literally drawn out for you. So the social distancing was definitely something that I had to wrap my brain around.
The 6 feet apart rule, I felt like it was good to have.
I felt that social distancing was very controlling and scary.
I'm stressed, but I'm with the Lord. God is with us.
When we went to Costco, and me and Sam were told to stand apart from each other, and I was like, what? I was like, I can't stand next to her.
For me, social distancing grew on me. In the beginning, I was unsure of if it would really work. But now that I see it, it's so necessary.
I see my mom every morning, and all of a sudden I couldn't go over there or anything. I felt a long 3 weeks just being home, and it was very sad.
The masks were a huge surprise. I had seen people wearing masks before. It was a law, and then it became a law. And my mom was like, make sure you don't forget your mask when you go out. And I was like, what are you talking about? And she's like, yeah, that's like a thing now.
It was one of those things too. I was like, is this really necessary? But with social distancing and that growing on me, the mask definitely grew on me. Now, even if I'm walking outside of my house sometimes, now I'm thinking, do I have a mask? Where am I going? Should I have it on now? Now it's becoming second nature.
What I thought of it is like, yes, it's necessary to prevent the virus. Yes, it's like, it's important. But then it's like, when you tell somebody else, as they're coming into the building, hey, you need a mask, they start fighting you about it, and like, we can't let you in unless you have a mask, and it's a state law. And then it's just like, then you get lectured, and then people, to me, when it became a state law, I was like, okay, great. But then it's like, to others, people don't care until it hits them.
At that point, I was terrified. When you wear the mask, it reminds me of like China and how that's their everyday, but I did not want that to become our everyday. Wearing a mask now is like part of our routine. So my opinion has definitely changed on them because they're here to protect us.
You know, by mistake, I'll run back to the car and grab a mask, and then come back into the store and say, hey, sorry, I just, you know, starting to get used to, you know, now I'm kind of used to it now, you know, when I go anywhere, I got like 3 or 4 masks in the car ready to grab one to go into the store.
With stores shutting down, it was a huge wake-up call.
It felt super scary to see stores shutting down. Everyone was talking about like running out of supplies, and I always thought we were gonna be underprepared and not ready for whatever was gonna happen. And people were also talking about a 2-week shutdown.
When the first word of the store shutting down, I was like, oh, okay, it's just like little places here and there, public like stuff. But then when it started increasing to like a lot of things, how long before we shut down? And then if we shut down, what's gonna happen then?
Each day with the virus was very different. One day I would feel pretty good. I could get out of bed, go get some water, make some food. And other days I felt awful.
We were out of work, so it was For me, I loved being with my family all the time. I loved that time we were together because I felt like we grew as a family together.
Well, just get up in the morning, just try to, from my bed straight to the sofa, and just trying to watch TV and try not to watch much of the news so I wouldn't get kind of depressed or anything like that.
It was so weird because we couldn't leave the house. We had to stay here, and my dad and my sister-in-laws, my other sister, they would all come to the house. They would bring us food. And that was kind of like a sad thing because they would just leave it at the door, and I felt like we were contaminated or something. So it was kind of, I felt like, like I can't touch anybody,
Well, to be honest with you, the most memorable part, I was very fortunate. Like I said, I had family members that would every day bring us food and stuff, and the way they did it, they brought the stuff to the door and left it there, and it was very hard to see them saying bye to them. It was very scary and sad.
We got sick on April 3rd.
I had a lot of symptoms.
I felt extremely hot.
I would be really, really, really hot.
And then I'm talking maybe 5 minutes later, boom, I was freezing cold to the bone.
Freezing cold, another point.
I'm sweating.
The itchy throat.
My throat was hurting.
Yeah, the coughing was pretty bad.
I was coughing a lot.
I couldn't smell nothing. I couldn't taste nothing.
I can't even taste this.
No taste, no smell.
My breathing was very scarce.
I was also constantly out of breath.
I had a fever.
The head cold.
The nausea, the
Sinus pressure all over my forehead.
and my head just felt groggy and it felt full.
Very, very, very tired.
I'm so tired. Like,
My body was very achy.
I don't want to get up. And I want to go eat something.
I was more tired than I normally am.
My sickly self. And you're sick too, so. Mom and Dad are sick too.
Well, my everyday routine now consists of definitely when I go into work, I use the hand sanitizer that they have there. I make sure I wear my masks. It's like literally, I have masks in the car, I have it everywhere because I don't want to catch it again.
My everyday routine consists of me eating a lot and enjoying all of my favorite foods that I can. I go hiking way more. I'm outside a lot swimming and I work out daily. I also like to play Sudoku a lot. And I worry about school and what is going to happen with school for my new year that's coming up.
Yeah, I'm back to work. I'm feeling good. I'm very grateful. I don't take no days for granted at all.
Like where I worked at, we had 1 week on, 1 week off. And that 1 week that I had off, it was great because I was able to spend it with my kids and my wife.
Nowadays, my regular routine is going to work because I don't have the luxury of staying at home, and I'm happy to do my job.
3 weeks gone, and I'm back. Like that.
What I do hope for this world is that we do find some type of normalcy, like some type of happy medium where maybe you wear masks during in certain places, or we get a mask that's not so suffocating, because 8 hours in a mask is draining. But if it's to protect people, I am gonna wear that mask till the day I die.
Well, I just hope that right now they're working on a cure, that they find something that it could avoid spreading this to everybody else. And we've had epidemics before, but I never seen something like this that shut down the whole world and affected the whole world itself.
We all need to look after each other as a community, as humans at this point. I hope that we're all able to cherish the people that we have, because unfortunately a lot of people have lost their lives to coronavirus. Even though we're some people may say, stuck inside or quarantine, or, take this time to spend it with your family. I hope everyone's able to just take this experience and take what we're going through right now and just understand how important it is to be together.
Well, I think for the world is, I think it actually has brought in people closer together. I'd love to be with my kids so I could be home with my kids 24/7 and it wouldn't bother me. It can also be very serious and somebody could pass away, so I'm not overlooking that either. I don't think we'll ever go back to so-called normal. I think it's gonna be like a new normal, I think. Like it's gonna be different now. But it'll be the norm. Probably wearing masks, maybe most of the time. For now, it looks like for the near future, it's gonna be like that.
I hope that a vaccine definitely comes out of this. I hope that we don't have to wear masks anymore. I hope that I never have to go through another pandemic in my lifetime.
Honestly, hopefully that we're better prepared for it. I think now if something like this happens again, we wouldn't treat it as a joke and we will be all serious about it.
I think that's it.
Show me your matching shirt. Let go! Show